Hey everyone, I wanted to take a few minutes to share something personal and honestly a little scary and kind of not something I normally do. After years of being a director of enterprise applications at Rothko, CTO at other companies, leading teams, launching platforms, building custom ERP systems, I decided to start over. Not from scratch, but really bringing together my experience to try and do something for myself. This is about rebuilding myself in public, learning out loud, building something that matters without hiding behind titles or comfort. I really want to kind of push myself and take some next steps forward, trying to become a better me and kind of showcase that a little bit to the world. You know, what sparked the change, I went through a decade of helping build something massive, multi-million-dollar ERP systems, digital transformations, leading teams of 30 plus engineers in my last role and a team of 10 here in my current role, managing sales integrations with Amazon, Avalara, Shippo, hundreds of different integrations over the course of my career. I wore every hat really, from firefighting to strategy, again leading teams, being involved in marketing in the past, being involved in sales. In my current position, I'm part of the board. We sit down and I'm very heavily involved in all aspects of the business, which is something you don't really see in a lot of technical people, but it's something that I have a strong background in and really wanted to showcase that too through this. Somewhere along the lines, I stopped growing. I was comfortable, I wasn't fulfilled, I didn't have the spark that I did when I was younger, and I think part of that, or maybe a lot of that, has come from working for other people and building other people's businesses instead of my own. So I asked for some advice. Part of this is me trying to reach out to people I know and people that I value and respect and get advice from them. And part of what changed recently was that I started reading a book called Atomic Habits, reading a little bit every day, and I am not a reader. I've never enjoyed it. I'd rather read a textbook than anything else. But I started, and I've been doing it every day, and it's starting to become natural. It's starting to become a habit. And I spoke a lot in my posts recently about just showing up, doing that 1% every day, and getting a little bit better. Through that, I've had a lot of support and people reaching out to me from my network, mentors and friends. I started journaling everything that I'm doing on a daily basis, whether that's reading, learning new skills, or even just watching YouTube videos, seeing what other people went through and try and learn from that. A lot of people ask me, like, what am I building? What am I going to do? And to be honest, I don't know yet. I'm just exploring, but for me, it's given me such an inner peace just knowing that I've taken that first step and I'm taking those steps every day. And I'm not exactly sure what direction I'm going in, but I'm moving, and I think that I'm going to get to a destination that just gives me more inner peace and fulfillment. And hopefully I can share some of this along the way and help other people that kind of feel stuck and feel in the same situation. So again, this video is just part of that journey. I want to document this really for myself, just to reflect back on, but again, to push myself out of that comfort zone. I hate talking in front of people. I hate being on camera, and this is new for me. So I realized I can't do it quietly. I have to stand up, I have to make myself vulnerable, and I have to ask for help. So if you're watching this, I need your help. Feel free to connect with me. I've set a goal of trying to connect and talk to at least one interesting person per week. So far that's been 3 or 4 times so far in the last few weeks. So it seems to be going pretty well. I'd love to speak to you if you want to just talk tech, or if you want to talk life or personal, or if we haven't spoke for a while, you want to just catch up, please feel free to reach out to me, and we'll get something scheduled and go from there. So I wanted to share some of the things that I've been doing so far. I mentioned that I've been reading on a daily basis and learning new skills, I have a pretty good background in AI, so I've been focusing a lot on that and trying to see where that integrates with some of the other ideas. I have a lot of different ideas for new products right now, specifically in the AI space. I've got a great background in logistics, and I think given my experience at Rothko, that kind of is something that's starting to make sense for me, and maybe one of the paths that I explore a little bit deeper than others. But this isn't just talk. Some of the things that I have done in the last month also, we relaunched Rothko's new website. This was another full custom build from the ground up. My team did most of the work, credit to them. They were excellent, and one of the things I tried to do with my team through that project was to really kind of push them to step up and take the next levels in their career by being able to come to me with designs and solutions and architectures for the project and kind of work alongside them rather than pushing them in directions like I did when we built our custom ERP system in-house. And I think that's been an experience for them too, and it's really helped me personally grow and be able to be comfortable with delegation. That's something that I have struggled with, and some of my other posts recently I've mentioned kind of the realization that I've come to, that you need help on your journey. It's not about where you get to, it's about the people that you travel with, and having people around you that can build you up and push you forward. I've been working on some feedback loops to AI models using N8N. That was a new tool for me that I've been working with recently. Basically just try and train an LLM to be more like me and to understand kind of the types of writing that I do and the types of feedback that I do. I brushed up on Python, learned some new libraries, playing with some new automation tools. I've actually been doing some sales calls too at Rothko. That's again something new for me. We have a pretty big sales team now, but right now we have this initiative to do more customer outreach. We have about 6,000 active customers, and just a small sales team. It's not enough to talk with everyone. So we've actually brought some other departments into doing this for me. One of our projects later on in the year is rebuilding all of our APIs to enable better customer data integrations and supplying them with product data, live inventory. We have a lot of that now that I've built there in the past, but we need to rebuild it. So I've used that as an opportunity to reach out to customers, see exactly what they need, how we can make their lives more efficient, and at the same time remind them of who Rothko is, the fact that we still carry 18 months of inventory, and we're maintaining our prices even with all the current tariff situations. So that's been really cool, kind of getting to talk to customers, hear it, feedback directly from them myself. I've created daily routines for reading, and anybody that knows me knows that I'm very organized. I pretty much live my life by a schedule. Built AI scheduling tools a long time ago now, but I live my life using that tool. That's another one of my products that I'm thinking about bringing back to market. I've toyed around with this many times in the past. I started working with that AI technology back in 2009, and since then I've been through multiple stages where I wanted to bring it to market because it's a fantastic tool, something that, again, I can't live my life without at this point. It automates my full calendar based on things I have to do, appointments I have between work and family life too. I'm trying to write at least one article a week on LinkedIn, something that combines my background both personally as an athlete and my tech background too, and trying to encompass all those things together in the writing that I do. And I'm doing that again just to get myself out of my comfort zone. I don't like exposing myself publicly, but this is a way for me to kind of share who I am and give people that don't know me so well a chance to really kind of see behind the curtain and not only see my leadership abilities and my technical abilities, but to kind of put the story behind that. I think throughout like some of the positions that I've had in the past, a lot of it kind of came with status and stability. That was one of the reasons why I went in-house full-time with Rothko back in 2011. I just had my second daughter was just born and needed health insurance, and just wanted to make sure you could pay the bills every month. And sometimes as an entrepreneur doing your own thing, that can be scary with a new family, and that kind of, I felt like, locked me in a little bit. Definitely, like, for the last 15 years, I built a successful career. I've done very well, but I often reflect back on where I would be right now if I'd have continued doing my own thing. And I think to a certain extent, it would have been pretty difficult, and we would have had a hard time with a young family, but I think that could have paid off by now, and I think I would be in a different place. But it's never too late. That's another thing that I've realized recently. It's never too late to start something, to do something on your own. And a lot of people have reached out to me, and I've spoken with them over the last few weeks. And the general consensus of the advice I've received is, you're a smart guy, you can do anything that you want. Go out there and do it, and figure out a way. Clear that path. Don't let things hold you back. So where am I going next? I basically broke kind of my plan down into like a 3-month plan. This first part has really just been about discovery, trying to document and journal some business ideas. I've had a lot of ideas in the past that I kind of just tabled and said, maybe I'll get to them one day, and I think there's a lot of missed opportunities there. A lot of things that are now in the market that I had those ideas for, and could have probably been the first to market with them. But sometimes things don't work out. They don't work out for a reason, and now is the next step. So I've been journaling all those again, seeing which ones is still possible, see which ones still have good potential. And then next month, my plan is to start reaching out to even more people, discussing some of these ideas that I have, and kind of get other perspectives, because I think that's important. Something that I think may be good, other people may feel differently, and vice versa. Trying to figure out what my minimum viable audience is for some of these ideas. Playing around with building out some MVPs too. A lot of them I already have that I've built out over the years, and probably just need tidying up to be able to really show to people. And then kind of month 3 is really back on focusing on one of those ideas, figuring out which is the best one, starting to put that out there in public, get some real feedback from the users and from the audience that I think it's applicable to, and trying to determine a good market fit. And I'm going to be doing all of this alongside my regular job for right now. I don't have any plans on changing that, but hopefully I'll be able to build something that kind of frees me up a little bit. One of the things I didn't tell you, you may know if you're close to me, but I have 3 beautiful daughters, and my oldest one, she just turned 16 this year. My middle one, she turns 14, and then we kind of restarted all over again. My baby is going to be 5 next month, and when you have that hindsight, after you kind of been through it twice already and kind of restarting again, a little bit older, a little bit wiser, you kind of see the things that you want to change. And for me, that's another major motivation, is just to be able to be there more. I posted again a lot of articles over the last couple of weeks about kind of clearing the path and taking different approaches, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do, just to be a better dad, to be a better person, and to move forward. So I'd love to connect. If there's anything you want to talk about, any questions that you have. One of the things that I've realized that I need is a mentor. So I am looking for a mentor. I've reached out to a few people already. People have reached out to me. I do aim to have a mentor in place before I kind of start the second phase. Love to talk to other founders out there see what you've been through and kind of get some motivation on pushing through some of the difficulties. Anybody else out there that loves to build and to write code, I'd love to speak to you too. That's always a great motivation, and just love to talk tech. If you just got any cool stories that you think are applicable and want to share, I would appreciate it. So that's it, kind of just raw, uncut, just kind of speaking my mind and trying to tell people where I'm going. I hope this doesn't sound too bad. I've been trying to work on my speech and be a better speaker and be more confident, but that takes time. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month. Thank you.